Hey, hey. All right. Hello, YouTubes. Welcome to DFWFPV live stream. Live. I am your host, Lost Local Host. LL Host. Host for short. I don't know. I answer to damn near anything. And today, at least for a little bit now, I'm gonna be doing short story time, and then from the title you can guess where the story goes. But that wall is right now double supported, because when I had it single supported, only one strip on that door, because I'm not allowed to drill into anything, right? Apparently that wasn't enough when you throw a transmitter on it. And so everything came down, and I was able to grab it before the drones fell down, but you know, they're kind of built for that. However, let's zoom in there. Sheared off a couple switches on this guy, and order from Amazon took a little bit longer than I wanted to get here, because it actually shipped from like China. So this is what we're doing today. We're actually going to be putting on that, and that's not all. What else am I put? Oh, the antenna got a little bit wonky, so like the pin that helps it pivot, that broke. So we have a new antenna that we're throwing on, and just for the hell of it, I'm putting on some new words are hard. The ring, the things to keep the things on, bolts, right? I already have the red ones because I have that color on it, but these do have a little bit of silver on the edges of them that I kind of like, so I think that'll add a nice little, just a little pop to it. These are like a couple bucks on Amazon, so like, why not? All right, what else is going on? All right, the only other thing that I need to let you guys know. Ooh, I really hope that audio wasn't all jacked up and doubling. All right. Well, I guess we'll see here in a minute. So I do have a new workbench set up here, and just we swap over to that. Voila. As soon as I swap over there, though, I have to mute this mic because this damn thing does not move over enough to get over to the bench. So we're going to swap over to the other audio. So if it's horrible, I don't know. Sorry. I guess we'll deal with it. So let's go ahead and do that now. All right. So I guess that should work. Let's turn that down just a bit. Grab another song. We'll go to the next one. If you guys are curious about any of the music, this is all on MonsterCat. So basically, I just have it set up for random on there. But I really like MonsterCat as a partner. All right. So what do we need to do here? So we need to open up the shell. We need to take out the potentiometer on the side, the slider, and then what we have to do is pull out part of the gimbal so that we can actually get the switches out and get them back in, and then it's basically just a reverse of that. Of course, thanks Bardwell, because he has a really great video on how to do this already, but you know, why not? I'm here. So let's go ahead and start digging into this. We got 4 screws on the back, and then we got 2 on the top here. So let's go to town. Let's get this guy open, huh? Those are tight screws there. Alright. Oh. Sorry, excuse me. I love having an electric screwdriver, but you do have to be kind of careful when screwing things in, especially to plastics, with an electric, because you really don't want to overdo it, over tighten it. But I will use it to take things out. Let me see, I don't know if this is magnetic or not, if this will pull it. Nope, it doesn't. Alright, so we got those four. Let me see if I can... There's that guy. Let's see if we can shake that guy loose. There's that guy. Alright, time for these top guys. Oop. Nope, that one, I don't have the right bit on that. Oh, okay, so these guys are bigger. That is interesting to know. Let's see where I have another set of bits. I hadn't realized that that was a different size. There we go. Look at that, first try. Alright. Why are they different sizes? Man. Alright, so we got 4, 5, 6 of those screws out. This is connected, obviously. So let's go ahead and set this back down and see the best way to try and pry open. Hopefully I don't have to pull the side plates off here. I'm curious if I have to pull these off or not. I'm pretty sure they just come off. I don't think I have to do that though. Ooh. Alright, we got a little bit of a pop there, but that was it. Maybe, you know what? Maybe we do have to pull these off. What the heck? Maybe it's just easier if you pull them off. Alright, so we'll set that aside, we'll set that aside. Let me get this other leather side panel off. Sorry, yeah, you're going to be seeing a close-up at the top of my head quite a bit, I think. Oh, come on. Oh! Okay. So I just popped off. Okay. Oh, yeah. That's actually pretty loose when you get those off, so it should be connected here. Oof. I did kind of have to give a good jiggle on that to right in that little port right there. Alright, so we'll set this aside. Let's take a look at what we got here. Okay. So that's interesting. The antenna looks like it's actually super glued in. So now I'm questioning, is this bad enough that I actually want to swap it or not? I don't think it's bad enough that I actually want to swap that. So I think I'm just going to just do the switches and not the antenna. Okay. So this is kind of the space we have to work now. You know, in this Mark II, I might not have to take all that stuff out. So So let's go ahead and take off these washers and see, maybe it'll just slide right out. Maybe. Ooh. Nope. It almost clears it, but not quite. Definitely not going to when we get the new switch in there with the actual throws, because yeah, these are much longer. All right, so now we got to start pulling stuff out. Screwdriver. Let's see if this screwdriver will do the trick. Alright, so we got 2 for the slider on the side here. I'm going to do the easy to get to one first, actually. I have a magnet somewhere, but I don't know where. Okay, that's a little evil. I don't want evil music while I'm doing this. All right, there we go. All right, go ahead and pull this guy out. Be real careful not to pull the connectors there. I'm going to try and do this without clipping this. There is a zip tie here, and I'm going to try and do this without clipping that zip tie. Let's see if we can get any further. Nope. Ooh, I can pretty much get it out. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to be able to. I'm going to need to clip the zip tie anyway, because that is actually what the switches are connected to. So this ribbon here and the zip tie. But we are going to have to pull out the gimbal. I was really hoping we wouldn't, but that's okay. 4 screws on the corners of the gimbals. That should do the trick. Grabbing some tweezers here so I can try and get these screws when I get them unscrewed. Okay, so there's one. There's 2. So I think with this bench cam, one thing I'm definitely going to have to do is change the size and the zoom, because I'm noticing that it is a little bit difficult to see down in the guts of this, is what I'm actually working on and doing, right? So for future projects, I can try and be a little bit more careful about that and get the camera to zoom. Oh, see, that's what I didn't want to have happen. I just dropped one of the screws underneath that gimbal, which isn't a huge problem. Grab it, set it aside there. There we go. And of course, these are the AG01 gimbals. And now this should slide right out. There we go. So I'm going to set this very carefully on the board here. Go ahead and snip this zip tie, making sure not to clip any of the wires. So I got to be real careful with that. And I don't have any other zip ties on me at the moment. So when I put all this back together, I'm going to have to make sure I'm careful with that. So we'll go ahead and pull out the old broken one from the main board there. Now, there we go. So you can see, hopefully that, you can see where it sheared off the parts in there. Here we have our new switches. Alright, let's get it plugged back into the main board. Pretty sure it's seated properly there. Let me undo. I want to see how much threads there are in the opposite one to make sure that I have it in there far enough properly, right? Yeah, it looks about right. It looks acceptable, I'll put it that way. Might as well pull that one off. I'm gonna grab the new ones that I have. So I'll put one on the opposite side that I just took off to test. Make sure that threads on there properly. Ooh, and it doesn't look like it does. So it is possible that I bought the wrong ones. Actually, it just looks like I bought really cheap ones because the threads in this are pretty rough. Let's try and thread it onto the old one so that we don't mess anything up. Alright, so that thread's fine. So let's try it again. Or at least try this one. Alright, that went on just fine. So right now I'm just kind of threading it on here, just to kind of clean up the threads because they don't seem well machined. Again, these are only a couple bucks on Amazon. Cool. Alright, let's do this bottom one first. See if it actually gets on there and threads properly. Doesn't seem like it wants to. Oh, you know what it was? I think it was just that the switch was pushing it to one side, so it was a little bit wonky. Alright, let's take a look at these threads. These don't look too bad, but I'm still gonna thread it on here again just to make sure. That's another thing. If I had some compressed air right about now, I would be dusting this off quite a bit. Because after everything broke, I could actually hear something shaking when I would, or something moving when I would shake the transmitter. So I think some kind of metal shavings or something got in here. So before I button this all back up, I'm going to be giving it a good look, making sure everything's good. So I do see a little bit of a gap. Well, I guess it's the same gap here. So right there is the gap that I was talking about in between the shell and the actual switch, but it looks like we had it on this side as well. So I think we're actually good. Alright, so let's put this back the same way, the opposite way. The same way, the opposite way. Yeah, you know what I mean. Okay. I really hope it goes in this way. It looks like, yes, okay. The screws are all one way, so dummy proof. It's, that's good. It's so easy, even I can do it. Of course, it's hard to get these screws back in there since it's not magnetic. I have to find my magnet because I just lost that screw again. Gimbal drops in. Let's see. Oh, and actually I do have zip ties that I just saw, so we're going to use those. Let me see if maybe I can use some tweezers to get these into the actual holes first, because it is really tight. Or I'll just do the easy ones first, the easy to access ones. There we go. Alright, first one is going in. Sorry, I'm taking another look at the antenna. Like, there's nothing wrong with the actual antenna. Like, it works just fine. It's just the pivot point, on the actual plastic part of the antenna on the outside, that got a little messed up. But it's not it's not causing any issues with the functionality of the radio. So I'm kind of thinking maybe I will just deal with it, and then I'll have an extra antenna in case I drop it again and actually break it. Okay, that's 2 on the gimbal in. Here comes 3. So the 2 bottom ones are pretty easy. One of these top ones is relatively easy. Alright, we got one more. This one's a little bit tougher. So this is the one that I want to see if I can drop in there first. There we go. While I get these last couple screws in here, a reminder that every second Friday of the month, every month, we do a sim night. So we hop into a different sim. DFWFPV is typically the name of the room. You can hop in there. And we do this within our Discord as well. So everybody gets into the voice chat in our Discord and we have a good time. So anybody can join us. Just join our Discord. Our Discord is on our website, dfwfpv.club. Or if you're like me and you really like shortcuts, dc.dfwfpv.club, and that'll take you straight to the Discord. Alright, so we got our gimbal in, we got our switches done, gimbal's in, this is a piece of cake. I could do this really quickly if I had to do it again. And we're 2 screws on the inside from buttoning everything back up. Alright, so I'm going to do this bottom one first because it's easy to access and get to. Yeah, the top one for the slider is kind of tight in there. It's kind of hard to get to. So let's see if I can use the tweezers again. Get it in there. Oh boy. It's also very dark in there since it's such a tight spot. There we go. Normally when doing this, I would be set up with a headlamp. But I want to look cool for you guys, so no headlamp today. Alright. Alright. Done? Let me take another look at this antenna, though. So I was looking if I had some here's some pliers. Okay. You know, it actually doesn't look... Okay, it doesn't look too bad. I'm not going to... Just one of the pins broke on that, so I'm actually not going to mess with it or fix it. So where is that antenna? So this guy. You go back into spare parts. So yeah, if you look at this here, that pin hits on both sides. There we go. And the antenna goes right through, and I think one of the pins on one of the sides actually broke, so this pivot got a little wonky. It's the official term, wonky. Alright, spare part bin, you go. What else we got? Anything else I need to do while I'm in here? I don't need to mess with my gimbals. I'm pretty happy with where the HEO ones basically came, at least from the settings that you can do from the front. Let's get her back, and then we will hop into velocidrone and do a little bit of flying and see if we can do some flying in there. And if I suck at velocidrone, obviously the transmitter is still broken. That's the way it works, right? Alright, so we'll get our speaker wire hooked back up. Oh, wait a minute, one other thing that I forgot to do. First of all, I need to make sure that all of these wires are out of the way, in a good place. I don't think I need... I do have zip ties, but I don't think I'm going to need it. I don't think I'm going to use it, because this was all zip tied on the top here, but I don't really think there's a need for it. This, I just need to make sure that this doesn't get pinched when I put the shell back on, and I think we'll be good. Alright, speaker is back plugged in. So a couple of things that I'm going to have to do, and I'll do it here on the bench and walk you through some of the menus. I do want to turn back on some of my audio cues that I had, and I need to update for pre-arm for a couple of my quads. And what else was that other switch? That other switch was for the beeper as well. So I will turn those back on in beta flight here in a few minutes. Once I had these side panels off, this came off much easier, and it went back on pretty easy as well. Except we had this QR code sticker there. Alright, pushing that down, and let's take a look at this. I think this just kind of snaps on, right? Maybe. Well, since it just snapped on, I'm guessing that's a yes. All right, let's get the backplate on first. All right, you can stay there. So I'm going to use the my electric for most of it, and then I will top it off with my handheld. Hopefully, do I have the right sizing on here? Let's see. Yep, there we go. All right. 2-finger tight for just about everything. It's everything. It takes screws. If you can just squeeze it down with 2 fingers, good to go. That's the car way, right? When I do all my work on my own car. That was my theory then. In addition to the sim nights that we do every second Friday, DFWFPV also meets in person every last Sunday of every month. It's something we've been doing for about a year and a half. Jeez, I don't know. I think it's about a year and a half now. Every single month. We haven't missed a month. Wrong one. So we haven't missed a month. It's been a ton of fun. We always have typically between 10 and 20 people come out, depending on weather. But people bring computers, USB cables, so we help out with tunes. Matter of fact, last time Last month I had somebody help me with my tune, which was awesome. So yeah, we all help each other out. So if you're in the DFW area, hit up our website, dfwfpv.club, and go to the calendar section. And that has all the information there. All right, backplate is back on. We just need to get this top done. Trying to figure out a way to easily set it up here, so everybody can see what's going on. All right. Make sure that the USB shows well. We'll move that antenna. So as you can see, like, I still have full movement of this antenna. It's just when you bring it up like that, sometimes it doesn't sit straight. But I will deal with it. I will be okay with it because I don't feel like taking off that glue that's in there. All right, there's one. And we got one more thing to do after this, and that's to swap out some of the other bolts, the whatever they're called, the ring bolt things. I don't know what it's called. I'm not a smart person. Alright, matter of fact, you can see the difference here. Not much of a difference, but one has this nice little chrome edge on it, and I kind of like that. Alright. Make sure that the slider, same. Alright. So that's on, that's on. Let's make sure it's nice and tight, because now I have this tool that would not work with the original screws on there, but it does with these new ones. So I'm going to make sure everything's nice and tight. Okay, there's that. This one is already on. Let's make sure that one gets nice and tight. 2-finger tight. Okay, now let's go ahead and pull this one off. Put another one on, make sure that it is, so I don't even know if you can see, but yeah, it's not going to focus, but some of the threads in there are a little bit weird, so it's really hard to get this threaded on here. So I'm going to thread it on the old one all the way through. Try and clean up those threads a little bit. We'll see if we can get it back on here straight without any threading issues. There we go. Ooh. Yeah, a little bit crunchy, but it got in there. A little bit crunchy. But we tightened it down just fine. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 left. The ones on the front, these could be a little bit more tricky to get off because I don't have a tool for it. And I don't really want to dig into the pliers for this. What should I do? Let's see if this will fit. I don't know. I don't think it will. Yeah, the teeth are too big for it, but maybe I can just barely get enough bite. Ooh. Ooh, I was able to break it open just a little bit. Ooh. God, please don't break anything, make me have to get another set of switches from China. Alright, well, I'm able to do this one at least. So this is actually part of the reason why I want to swap these out, so that I have that tool to do it. Hold on. I was seeing if I still could hear something rattling around in there. Don't think I do, though. Ooh, I forgot to clean up the threads on this one. Man, come on. Again, like $6 from Amazon. So this one's much harder to thread on. Like, I'm not sure if I'll be able to use this one. Yeah, that's pretty crunchy, pretty tough. Ooh. Be careful. Be real careful buying stuff from Amazon. Apparently, I think that's my lesson here. Yeah, I just tore up those threads, but let me see if I can get it. That's quite a bit smoother. Luckily, this tool makes it pretty easy to get through it, though. And hopefully, I'm never going to take these things off again. Maybe. Alright. Alright, let's see if we can do the next one. Or, you know what, let's do the outsides. That way, if I get stuck, at least it's symmetric. Okay. There's a couple of the threads. That in the center. Ooh, I was able to get some of it. I wish it was easier to explain to you guys exactly what's going on, but the teeth of this guy, those teeth are a little bit thicker than the grooves on the default nuts here. So I'm mostly using pressure in order to get it. Alright, next one. Let's go ahead and make sure we thread this to check the threads on it. This one feels like way, well, at least initially it felt way smaller, but now it's going on really easy. So I think it just might have been one thread on there that was a little wonky. Again, technical term. All right, so that one went on nice. While I'm over here, I might as well just check the tightness on these. There's my beeper switch. There's my pre-arm. Doesn't interfere with them. All right, let's go back to this one and see if maybe we can get this loose again. Oh, yep, it was. A little bit of elbow grease, right? There we go. All right, now let's get this last one. Then we'll have all new nuts on them. Okay, that one's a little bit tricky. One at a time. One at a time. Okay, so that one's off. Let's go ahead and thread this guy. And then, so right after I get these last two nuts on here, I'm gonna pop the battery in. Gonna plug it in, make sure all of my global settings are still correct on here for those switches. Make sure that they work and that they're set up properly. And then we have to go into beta flight, and I want to turn pre-arm back on and set up SG here for my buzzer and fix that. Okay. Again, throw this on for the threads. That one wasn't too bad. That was pretty good. Come on. There we go. All right. There we go. Let's get this battery in. A little cleanup. And I do have something to show you guys with the, as soon as I get the power on this thing. Something I think you guys will like. So battery is in. Oop. Let's get that door back on. Now let's do the sides. I've never taken these sides off, so I'm assuming and hoping it's easy to just pop them right back on. Yeah, it seems like it. Okay, other side. Everything's got a tab and slot. Tab and slot, tab and slot. These just kind of press in, so more tabs, more slots. There we go. Alright, let's get this sucker on.
Welcome to NTX. Disarm motors. Anchor mode, low rates. Turbo mode off. Failsafe off, 0. Arm motors, 100. Disarm motors.
Mode still good. Those are that's my rate switch. I got nothing on that one. That's my throttle limit. Obviously nothing wrong there. And she talks to me when I get the throttle limit.
77.
There you go. This knob is my volume.
Failsafe on. Failsafe off.
So all the way down is my fail-safe, all the way up, fail-safe off. It's my turtle mode.
Turtle mode off. Buzzer active. Buzzer active.
So buzzer off, and then finally, okay, so I don't have pre-arm, and I don't remember if I have that in system, global function, or not. Yeah, that's SH, right? Oh, I gotta remember if that's how I do it or not. So right now I'm looking at some of the changes for, oh, it's just enable. I didn't have it enabled. Alright, so I can change my backlight, and this is another thanks Bardwell. So I can change my backlight, but then if I'm armed, ooh, it's supposed to turn off. It's supposed to turn off the backlight.
Arm motors 100. Disarm motors. Arm motors 100. Disarm motors.
Okay, so
arm motors 100.
There we go. Alright, so this is how I have my backlight set up, where I change it with the slider on the left if I'm disarmed. So here you can see slider, but if I arm it, it dims to the lowest setting unless I hit that switch, the pre-arm switch. So anyway, I just fixed that. What else we gotta fix? I think those are the only global functions I have, so let's go into the model. And let's take a look at what we got. What have I changed here? I don't remember exactly what I changed. I don't think, I think this was it. Just adding text, or, audio. So, there's prearm. We're gonna go to play track. And we're gonna find prearm. HIL, okay. Is that it?
Prearm active.
There we go, prearm active. Alright. So now, with all that said, let's get a quad plugged in. Go over this way. Alright, you should be able to hear me, and so much smoother now. Alright. Let's open up Betaflight. I am using my Apex build here. So it should get connected pretty quick here. God, I look white. I'm way overwashed there. All right. Here are we connected? Well, I guess a quick and easy way to see that. Receiver. Let's take a look. Ooh, what are you taking a while for? Really? My receiver says I'm connected. That's weird. Let's try and connect again here. I did get a new setup. Like, I'm going through a new USB hub. So I wonder if everything I got going through it is causing a problem. Does telemetry recovered? Try this again. Okay, so I'm gonna have to get another USB cable. Be right back. All right. Well, that USB seemed to work. So let's go here. Let's go to receiver. Yeah, it's not liking that. So let me grab the USB. Be right back. I have a USB hub with like 10 things plugged in there, and I think between the cameras and everything else, it's like, no, we're not gonna communicate. How stupid do you think we are? Now, let's try it again. Telemetry recovered. Oh. So I use magnetic USBs for everything, which is great because I can swap quads in and out. Hey! All right. Switch. Aux2, Aux3, Aux4, Aux5, which is my fail-safe switch. That's why I see a whole bunch of stuff go funky. Aux6, Aux7, which is, what is that? SG that we just swapped. And finally, prearm. Okay. So on this quad, my Apex, what do I want to do with it? Beeper. Beeper mute is in the center. Oop. So I like doing that in the center because I think that's the default spot. And then beeper. We'll have that all the way down there. Aux 7. Is that... Ooh, that's interesting, though. It's reversed. Ooh, that's interesting. It's reversed. What could cause that? That's interesting. Okay. I mean, it's not a big deal. I just do that. Okay. I'm good. So middle is buzzer mute. That's here on the bottom. And top is turn on my buzzer at the top. We'll go ahead and save that. Then the next thing I want to do is I do want to set up a pre-arm. I thought it was at the bottom. I guess not. There it is. Okay. There we go. Pre-arm is taken care of. And just real quick, gonna check the rest of my stuff. So there's my rates. Everything else should be good. Let's go back to receiver tab. Make sure throttle's good. I didn't screw it. I would have had to really screw up some wires if this got messed up. All right. We're done. All done. Well, not completely. I'll tell you why. It's because I still got another quad I need to go check. So let's go get the apex back on the wall. All right. Get that telemetry recovered piece there. That's what I want to hear. So my receiver is talking to it. All right, so let's do the same thing here. Let's go into receiver, make sure receiver's doing good. Modes. Let's get that pre-arm at range. Here. Pre-arm's good. Do I even have the beeper already set here? All right, so beeper off there, beeper mute in the center there, and beeper on. I'm an idiot. It actually was correct the first time. I don't know why I was saying it was backwards. That's stupid. Yeah, so if you guys are interested in how I have my modes and how I have everything else set up on here, I actually do have presets. DFWFPV we have our own set of presets, and these modes and everything else, including my rates that I use, we have it all within a Git repo. And I'll show you real quick how to do this since I'm in it, and it'll only take about 30 seconds. But the rates that I typically roll through, kind of more cinematic, about 400 on everything. My middle rates, really close to beta flight defaults, 600, 500. So this set of rates is a race rate preset that I pulled. These are essentially MCK's race rates. And so that's what I have on the third setting. And then in the fourth, which I can only get to using, God, that's annoying, drills. The fourth, which I can only get to using Betaflight OSD, is kind of my higher rates. I used to run a lot higher than, 750, 600. I used to run like between 900 and 1100, but I don't need 900 and 1100. I'm not good enough to make 900 to 1100 look good. Doesn't happen. All right, so if you're interested in these, the thing you need to go to is the preset tab. Click on preset sources and then copy down this information. Name DFWFPV presets. Find this link that's github.com/losslocalhost/DFWFPV-firmware-presets, and the GitHub branch you want to be pulling from is master. If you don't feel like pausing this and going back to it, You can go to our website, and there's actually a link straight to this, and it'll show you how to do this. So I think that's on the files section. While we're talking about that, I might as well show this off too. The DFWFPV theme here for your TX16X, TX16S. Why is that such a tongue twister? And of course, it's not focusing, but hey, if you want to support the group, go out and grab that too. DFWFPV.club and click on files, and it will get you to all of the stuff. All right, enough talk. I got the drone set up and good to go. I feel like playing some velocidrone. Let's do that. Let's swap over to live and do that. Which is all part of the test, because now we get to test that the USB is working properly. I guess I should check that it charges properly first. Oh, it's so nice to have like a fully working transmitter again. All right, so it looks like it charges fine, so I didn't screw up the USB at all. That's good. Now let's check the top data USB. Hey, I got a chime. That's good. Of course, I have to plug it. I have to actually turn it on first. All right. Okay, what are we doing? Let's do single player. I've been practicing with the switchback with like a 85% throttle limit, and I can kind of do some stuff with that. But I am not good at this stuff at all. We'll go to the qualifier. We'll run it a couple times, then I think I'm going to wrap up for the night. Ooh, now I can change all of my... I can change my switches now, because I used to use pre-arm for race reset, I think it was. Whoa. It's also been quite a while since I've actually flown. Oh, it's almost looking like some S-bang there. All right, I need to... Oh, so I was at 100% throttle. That's why I was screwing that up. Let's bring that down to about 85. All right, 85% throttle limit. Much more controllable for me, at least, sort of. So I actually have not flown in a little bit. Here come the excuses, right? But tomorrow, there's going to be a couple pilots from DFWFPV at a... What is it? Oh, I got to go look up what that race is. Anyway, there's a drift race going on in Grand Prairie. So we are going to be doing some filming for that with our drones, and I'm super looking forward to it. I'm really hoping that I can make it. I'm like a 50-50 shot right now that it's going to happen. So I've never raced before. I've been on... Well, okay, so that's not technically true. I've raced once, and I hit just about every damn gate there was, and broke my quad in the first battery. So that happened. That was unpleasant. Embarrassing. But I was told, hey, as long as you actually got through any gate, you did better than what some guys did their first time. So, ooh. So, I don't know. Considering I've never raced before, I don't know how I'm doing. I'd like to, but I actually have somebody who's going to be building me a new quad pretty soon to race with. Ah, that was ugly. This is all ugly. It's all because I'm streaming. The point is, all of this suck is not because of the controller, and I have all my switches. Ah! Cut it too short. Oh god, that was ugly. No, don't show me that time. Oh, hold on. I need to get that mouse out of the way. I'm gonna bring this down to about 80% throttle limit, actually. Yeah, too much, too far, too far, too far. Way too high. Oh gosh. Ah! Every once in a while I have these shining moments, or I'll have like a lap that like everything goes really smooth and fast, and then but I just can't repeat it. Like, I am absolutely completely inconsistent, which I think is probably normal for somebody who has no experience racing. And then you also have people who are amazing in real life racers, but not in sim. I'm hoping maybe that would be me. Maybe? Maybe? Should have been looking at the inside of that. Oh, ooh. So I think my best lap time on this is about 17. It's like 17 and a half, something like that. I can check here in a little bit. Or after this one. Oh my god. Nope, 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 nope. Oh, come on. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh. All right. Okay. Ugly, 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 ugly. But, you know, whatever. It is what it is, what it is. Main thing is I have new switches that actually work and click, and I'm so happy. All right, so that was not that bad. Swapping out the switches on the TX16X. If I could ever get the damn name of the transmitter correct. Anyway, piece of cake. It's easy. It's not bad. You saw. All right, go check the site, dfwfpv.club. Would really appreciate some love out there. Check out our events. Again, last Sunday of every month we meet, usually at a different place. April 22nd this month, we're meeting at Trinity Grove Park. It's Trinity, I think that's the name of it. Anyway, go to the site, click on calendar. You'll be able to get the link. That also includes the Facebook link. Is that the 22nd? Okay, hold on. I'm lying. All right, that was actually not correct. Our next meet is April 30th, because that is the last Sunday of the month. April 22nd, DFWFPV was requested by Lake Highlands to do a drone demo. So we're actually going to set up a table there. We're going to be talking with everybody who comes through about drones, all about building, the electronics, all the STEM stuff that goes into it. And then we're going to be showing some videos, some FPV, some stuff. We'll be doing some ride-alongs. Yeah, so we're going to be flying there as well. I think that starts at about 11 o'clock at the Lake Highlands Recreation Center. So yeah, come check us out there. I won't have a banner or anything, but trust me, you'll be able to hear the drones, and it will be a good time. So that's on the 22nd. And then also next Friday, 1 week from today, on April 14th, that is our sim night. It happens the second Friday of every month. Jump into our Discord. Again, that's on our site. And say hello and come have fun with us. I think we're going to be doing velocidrone very similar to what I was just doing, but hopefully with people who are better at it than me. All right. So anyway, thanks for coming along, guys. See you. Bye.